Ooh, my lovely people, let this disclaimer go on and run because we're going to talk about it today. It's Messy Monday. Yes, Section 107 fair use. We are able to talk about it. It is our amendment right. Baby, it is my opinion and my opinion only. It is all my own edited content. So let's get right on into it. Baby, where do we start with this one? Now, let me just start off right here. I dropped a community post and I asked who we wanted to talk about. A lot of people said Strong Mommy Chrissy. Let me just say this. I have reacted on her in the past, right? To me, she is boring. She is a snooze fest. Yes. Let me say this. Yes, she's a hot mess, just like the rest of the mommies. I have said this before and I will say it again. I think when it comes to Chrissy, Chrissy gets a pass with a lot of people because she's more polished with it, right? She's been on the YouTube street, so she knows how to talk. She knows how to wind it up. She knows how to do it. Also, she gets on and she makes sure that she's got her fancy wig on, her makeup on, and that she's looking decent, right? She don't get on here looking a hot mess like some of these mommies. She's more polished. But like you know what they always say. You can put makeup on a turd. You can put perfume, spray it all on a turd. You could do whatever you want to, but at the end of the day, it's still a turd. And no, I'm not one of those reaction channels that a lot of people say, oh, I want to be her friend or whatever the case may be or whatever. I don't get into that. I talk about them. I don't have no dog in no fight. I don't care. We gonna talk about it. Okay, so let's just go. All right, so Chrissy gets on here and she's been on here. She's got a new man. Then, before she can even get in bliss, I'm homeless, right? Now, let me just say this. I think it's something to it. I have been watching Foot on Neck. I have been watching a lot of other people. A lot of people are saying that she's doing this setup for a come up. You know, she's trying to buy a house or whatever the case may be. But let me tell you something. I don't care what she's buying. This woman has been evicted more times, okay, than she has stayed into a house. She has bounced around state to state. She has bounced around home to home, and it has not been secure. That's my problem with it. You got 9 freaking kids, girl. I don't care. You should never, with 9 children, have to go stay in anybody else's house. 9 kids, okay? Plus yourself. That's 10 people that somebody got to take in their home. That's a lot of space. That's a lot of noise. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of problems. When you sat down and had 9 children, your first main thing that you should do whenever you get paid or get a little bit of money in your pocket, okay, is make sure that your rent and whatever else is paid, make sure that you got enough to take care of them 9 kids, right? You out here on YouTube, you don't do bad on views. You have a lot of followers. Girl, you should have enough money to pay the rent or a room all the way until that house is done, finalized, or whatever the case may be. Not putting stuff in stores, not putting stuff in pods, not backing up big old trash barrels like we've seen in the past, throwing out stuff, having to start new, having to go across country, having to call baby daddies and make clickbait videos and all this other stuff. Girl, you have been on here long enough and you have had enough children that you should know that it should be what it is going to be. See, this is where I find it very funny at, okay? She was just on here taking a trip with Bay. She was just on here advertising everything her and Bay do. And let me tell you, yeah, I've been watching. I've seen how he looks. I've seen what he does and everything else. And baby, I'm not impressed. It's no different, okay? Let me just say that. Then when she got out here and she had Roderick and she was telling us that he was the prince to be, baby, she was out here staging proposals and lining up everything. And then as soon as it went downhill and it tanked out, she told the truth that she was miserable, that he wasn't about nothing, and all the DV and everything else allegedly that was going on in the house. So when it comes to Chrissy, honey, I'm sorry to say this. With all those children that you have, I don't think a man is going to come in and take you serious. They going to come in and hump and pump on you, but they ain't going to take you serious. They dang sure ain't going to take you serious if you claim that the man that you got now is so business orientated and he got it together, but you have to go stay at a family member's house. Why ain't you at his house? Why he didn't put you up in a room? But you know he got it like that, or you got it like that. See, that's the thing I am confused about. Whatever you are doing, you are what we do. We don't know what you're doing behind, right? But what we know is that you are sitting at a park with a wig on, looking crazy, talking crazy, and acting as though everything is fine, that you say that you staying at a family member's house. If this was another one of these mommies out here, people would nail them to the cross. Oh, look at her. Dummy, she's staying with her mama. She's staying with her sister. She's staying with her cousin. She doing this, she doing that. She was ill prepared. A woman that has 9 children should never have to stay at anyone's house. I'm going to say it again. Getting out here making videos saying you homeless, even if it is a clickbait video, is still shameful, because with 9 kids, baby, you should have made sure that, like I said, if you buying a house and you knew it was going to be a month in between, then you should have had a room somewhere booked, a double room, with some doors and things, because you were sure able to book rooms and go out of town with bae. So the money that you put towards that, why didn't you put it towards moving? Why don't you put it towards securing a place to where you don't have to make somebody else, feel inconvenient when you bring all 10 of y'all into their home? See, this is my thing with Chrissy. I never have understood. You spend more time on makeup and wigs and trying to look good, but then behind the scenes, honey, you got evictions, you got car repos, you got all of this stuff. You out here driving a Tesla one week, the next week you in a Buick, the next day you in a hoopty, then the next day you think you in a Bentley or something. When you live above your means, baby, you always crumble. And when you got 9 kids, baby, the means can't go that high. It cannot at all. You have to humble yourself, and you have to make sure that you have everything in line for those kids. But see, when you also get out here and label, once again, it's the Nika effect. My kids are my best friends. Then baby, I know right then and there you don't have a life. Ain't no way that my teenager, I have a teenager, would be my best friend. My teenager is always going to be my son. And if I had a teenage girl, she's going to always be my daughter. Okay? Ain't nobody gonna be my best friend that is somebody that I have to parent, mold, and make into adult, a functioning adult. And I find when parents say, oh, mom, my kids are my best friends, then that means you ain't got no life. That means you can't make friends on the outside world. That means that all these people that are on YouTube kissing your butt just ain't enough for you, because you have to go and tell your deep, dark secrets. You got to put your makeup on. You got to go fix your nails and go out and have lunch with your daughter. Let that sink in. Just let that sink in. When I tell you, baby, this is one boring train wreck, but I wanted to get out here and I wanted to put my opinion in on it. I think it's all shameful and I think it's ridiculous. And I think that as a woman who is out here, okay, claiming to be strong, mommy Chrissy, baby, I don't know. Maybe you need to go lift some weights or something, because right now you looking weak. And in my eyes, you always have. So therefore, I'm going to see y'all in the comments.